Hey, what's up? It's Sidney Smith, national touring comedian, filmmaker, and podcaster. And if you enjoy all things entertainment and unfiltered conversations, then you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join us each and every week and have a great time. All right. Fox Sports 1.
Ooh.
In the news all week long. You and I have been trying to talk about this. We're going to get through it today.
Yes.
Laying in bed with it first capped off, Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, Emmanuel Acho, Charlie Dixon, executive at Fox Sports 1 at the time. I'm not sure if he's still there or not. And I'm laying there and I'm trying to watch everything I can because I can't go to sleep. It's so late. I didn't want to hit you with it. I hit you with it the next morning. Like, what? And we've just been engrossed in it.
It's everywhere.
So it is everywhere. You and I just want to get some highlights in on a few of the main players.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be wide open with this too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a lot of these people. We're going to start with Joy Taylor, who I've never cared for. And I'm going to tell you why I've never cared for. Because I don't like women who are attractive, who clearly want to lean on that.
Yes.
But I don't.
But don't want to seem as if they're using it. For me.
I'm going to give you guys just this quick story real quick, and then I'll throw it to you. There's a comedian at one point in time here, and he actually still performs. I've seen him. He's gotten a lot better. But he came out. He was at an open mic. And this is an open mic I would go to. And a friend of mine used to run this open mic. He used to be the booker and everything for the clubs here. So I would go out to this mic and we would sit and we would watch. And it was a cool thing because my buddy who booked the clubs would also write notes and give them to these people who hope to get in. It was like the only time anyone had ever heard of a booker actually doing this. So it was a good time. And he asked me, hey, man, I want you to come out, see everybody, and then every week go up on stage and give your critique of what you saw. And whether you did well, I would tell you. If you didn't do well, I would tell you. There was nights where I blazed the entire room. We had 30 comics get up, and they all sucked. And
you roasted them all.
Not roast, but if it was something like one particular night where I got on all of them is you keep coming with the exact same shit every single week, and it sucks every week, and I don't see you trying to make any changes to improve. Yeah. So that was this one. But I had a black comic come in, and it was very lazy comedy. Mm-hmm. It was if you've ever watched any open mic, you would have seen another black comic say the same joke.
Softballs, that's what we call it.
So when I went up there, I said, hey, where's so-and-so? They say, oh, he's in the back. Tell him to come down front. And I made him come down front, and I gave him a chastising 2 or 3 minutes worth in front of the whole room. Mm-hmm. I had comics, veterans who were there too, like, I think he made that dude quit. And my thought process was, if he quit,
then he didn't really do it. Yeah.
And I'm bringing that up to say, because black comics are always surprised when another black comic who's a veteran comes at them and is a little harder than you are because you should, and we just saying, and we should whatever.
No, stop.
So I am always this way. I'm this way when it comes to black comics. I'm this way when it comes to gay comics who are from the LGBTQ community. If you're going to get up here and just state the obvious, which are easy jokes about, I told one comic, hey man, I know you're part of that community. What else do you have? Yeah. So when we're talking about the Joy Taylors of the world, we know you're pretty. Mm-hmm. What else do you got? Yeah. And when your bag is empty, then you leave me wanting for someone else to come and do this job.
Yes.
So I've never been a fan of Joy Taylor. I wondered where the hell she came from in the first place. And now with everyone talking, it sounds like she came out of nowhere because she was bartended in Miami before she made the move out there.
Doing part-time on a radio show.
So I said a lot there, but I just want to make sure everyone understood my dislike of Joy Taylor. But I'll let you jump in.
We always talked about her because it was, you're just a pretty face, and whether you're a pretty face or not, there's no substance behind you. Mm-hmm. And now we understand allegedly why there was no substance behind you, because you were laying on your back to get allegedly positions, promotions, and were willing to do whatever you needed to do to get ahead. Okay, fine. And I have no problem with however you got there, but you got to be able to deal with the heat when it's exposed. Mm-hmm. And right now it's exposed. I need her to come out And because I think the next day they had her all clothed up and buttoned up, and it reminds me of the girl from AT&T. How the instant transformation. As soon as somebody complained, they transformed her into a whole different.
Well, they were sexually harassing that girl.
Yes,
that woman. Yes, they were coming at her, and I can't think of her name, but you're right. She's a beautiful woman.
Yes,
and she was using all of her endowments.
Yes,
so they were coming hardcore at her.
But she wasn't using it to get the AT&T commercial or anything else. Where every time I see Joy,
it's out there.
It's out there, and I loved it, but you were supposed to know sports. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to be able to talk about the topics that you were talking about because you had some knowledge. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of qualified women who do the job. Pretty, not pretty. That's all I wanted you to be, qualified. She was not qualified in my humble opinion. And if it wasn't for her face and her brother, then allegedly the things that she was doing which superseded all of that allowed her to even stay on the TV.
And so let's get into a little bit of what she was allegedly doing. And what she was allegedly doing was sleeping with the VP in charge of content and I think talent as well.
Yes.
Charlie Dixon.
Yes.
She's married at that time.
Yes.
He's married at that time. The only person that we know for sure as of today who knew about this was her best friend / hairstylist, Nusheen, because she brought her into the fold to let her know what was going on. Then at another point, she started sleeping with Emmanuel Acho.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
And then there was supposedly some plan for her and Acho to host a show together. Mm-hmm. And Charlie Dixon obviously would have played the part in that. And so you start to hear how this whole history unravels.
Yes.
And what I liked, and we watched a little bit of it yesterday, was the podcast episode, excuse me, folks, the podcast episode with Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock, who were the host of Speak for Yourself. Mm-hmm. And then...
It was doing very well.
It was doing very well. But Whitlock wasn't offered a contract with more money. He stepped away. Marcellus Wiley ended up being offered some other things, as Marcellus would put it. They knew he would turn down. Mm-hmm. So he ended up going in his own direction as well. But when you start to see the timeline played out, these things were already being done.
A year and a half ahead of time, they were setting up for him and her to work together, and then for her to branch off on her own.
Yes.
And do her own thing. Again, I'm not mad at your girlfriend, because but the whole reason for the lawsuit is because Nasheen, the hairdresser, said she was
sexually harassed
as well. And then to unveil all of the backdoor sleeping arrangements and things that were being maneuvered that people didn't even know about it, and now they go, oh, well, that's why that happened.
Exactly.
So
because you had at one point at a Christmas party going through some of the documents, breezing through it. Excuse me, I had to sit and just go every page like I'm an attorney, and then listening to some other folks talk about it and being interviewed about it, so on and so forth. There's one moment at a Christmas party where Charlie Dixon comes up and puts his hand on her lower back and, does his thing. And she goes to Joy about it. And Joy, in essence, hey, get over it.
Yeah.
I'm your boss and that's my boss.
Yeah.
Almost don't make any waves.
Yes.
Type thing. So, and don't let me forget this part too, where Nusheen, when she finds out that Acho is now working at Fox and goes to Joy and says, hey, I just saw Acho in the building. Oh, he works here. And now we're going to be trying to do X, Y, and Z. And then she tries to advise Joy to be careful because Charlie Dixon is very powerful. And according to the documents, paraphrasing, Joy's retort is, well, I'm powerful now too. Because if he tries to do anything, I'll just say he forced himself on me.
My question for the boss, Charlie, Fox just got exploded 2 years ago with the same situations. You're 50-something. There is nothing that a 25-year-old is interested in you at all except for the come up. And you dummy fell right for it.
Dummy.
Your career's over with, bro.
Hand up your ass, dummy.
You're done. And if you're married, That's done.
Unless there was an arrangement.
Just the embarrassment alone, though, is going to cause. Yeah, I don't understand why.
I'm with you.
Why you keep doing this? Like, it's.
I always find it humorous for powerful rich men to put themselves, to volunteer to go into a trick bag.
Yes.
When there's plenty of ass to be had on the street.
You didn't have to. You're still the VP of whatever of Fox Sports 1. Like, you're making good money. There's plenty of people out there for you. You don't have to. The shit where you eat.